Alright, so Justice Thomas says the Supreme Court should reconsider rulings that protect access to contraception and same-sex marriage as the court overturned Roe v. Wade. And this is from Friday the 24th, 2022. Let's see here. The Supreme Court overturned previous abortion rights set in the landmark Roe v. Wade decision on Friday. In a concurring opinion, Justice Thomas said the court should reconsider rulings involving contraception, same-sex relationships, same-sex marriage. In future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedent, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell. I guess I can be sarcastic here and say he forgot to mention 11 versus Virginia. 11 versus Virginia, I believe, was a case in 1968 where a white man wanted to marry a black woman in Virginia, and at that time it was considered illegal. You know, yeah, you're going back about 50 years ago. That was considered illegal, interracial marriage. And I'm mentioning this because Justice Thomas is a black man, is married to a white woman, and the same Supreme Court that he sits on right now is the court that declared Virginia's law unconstitutional. You know? So, I mean, that's the irony right here. So he's talking about consider cases dealing with precedent, same-sex marriage, contraception, and so forth. You know, same-sex marriage to some people is like an anathema, similar to like interracial marriage. Yeah, some people don't see the difference. You step out of bounds. There are people who are against it, and there are people who will quote biblical verses. So in a concurring opinion with the Supreme Court's Friday ruling to overturn the precedent set in Roe v. Wade, Justice Clarence Thomas said the court should reconsider rulings that protect access to contraception. So now he wants to go after birth control, same-sex relationship, and same-sex marriage. So I guess if we go along with that, America is going to be like the Taliban. You know, the Taliban in Afghanistan. So the decision eliminates the standard set in Roe, which allow abortion until about 24 weeks of pregnancy, otherwise known as viability, the point at which a fetus can survive outside the womb. Thomas wrote in his concurring opinion that the court should examine other cases that fall under the court's previous due process precedents. For that reason, in future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell. The Due Process Clause ensures any American has the right to due process before someone can take away their inalienable rights. Concurring opinions are court opinions that agree with the majority opinion of the Supreme Court, but acknowledge differing reasons for coming to the same conclusion. The opinion is not a binding precedent, unlike the majority opinion. So the Griswold versus Connecticut decision was decided in 1965, when the Supreme Court decided in a 72 decision that people have the right to privacy granted by the Bill of Rights that protects against state restrictions on contraceptions. If overturned, states would be granted the ability to outlaw various forms of birth control. In 2003, the Supreme Court decided in a 6-3 vote in the Lawrence versus Texas case that making it a crime for members of the same sex from having intimate sexual relations violates due process. Their right to liberty under the due process clauses gives them the full rights to engage in their conduct without intervention of the government, Justice Anthony Kennedy wrote in his opinion. Lastly, the High Court decided in 2015 in the Overturned versus Hodges case that the due process clause of the 14th Amendment protects the rights of same-sex couples to get married in the same way that opposite-sex couples can. So he wants to do away with that. So remember going back to 2016 when Bernie Sanders was running and Hillary Clinton, and I remember a number of women said they will never vote for Hillary Clinton, said, I will never vote for Hillary, I will never vote for Hillary. They wanted Bernie. And because they didn't get Bernie, which Bernie is, so far to the left, that'd be very hard for anybody, most people, to really vote for him. But that's what they wanted. And because of that, they decided either they're going to stay home and not vote. And look what we got. We got Donald Trump. Hillary actually got more of the popular vote, than Trump. So, this is what you call cutting your nose off to spite your face. So all those ladies who just said, oh, I'm not going to vote for Hillary. Yeah, I'm not going to vote for Hillary. You stayed home and look what you get. Trump put 3 people on the court, and those 3 people make up the 5. This is a 5-4 decision. Those 3 people that Trump put on made the difference. If Hillary had got on the court, whatever you think about Hillary, and I'm not saying when you look at politics, you got to look at what the person can do. A lot of these Republicans voted for Trump, and not because they like him, but because they figure he could put somebody in there to overturn Roe versus Wade. And that's what happened. And now that they get what they want, I'll be surprised if these people be returning to the poll. So this is your time, ladies. Go out there and vote, because if you have 60 senators, you could change the laws. You could change the abortion laws and make it a right under law. And the federal government can do that. The Congress can pass a law, regardless of what the Supreme Court did. The federal government under the Congress can pass a law and the president can sign it. But this is the right time. Strike while the iron is hot, as they say. In November, you go out and vote, you change the Senate. Not only you change the abortion right, but you also change these stupid gun laws. Outlaw some of these stupid guns that they have out there. Every weekend there's mass shootings. It's about time we put an end to that.